What's ham, baby? We back. Part 2 of the series, my boy. I went through a lot in the first video. I ain't mean to really go through that much, but we're gonna pick it up with this video with tips and tricks. So this is a tips and trick video. So I'm just gonna go through a lot of shit that I see that you might have problems with. So we're gonna jump smack into it. So we got our sample right here, right? I loaded the sample in, it was at 140, so I'm gonna just put it back. So with samples and shit, right? You can time them pretty easy. You don't have to, do it too much thinking like any other program. Like, you don't gotta, sit there and rack your brain. It's an easy way to do it. So let's say you load your sample in and, it's off time like this. Like, that shit ain't right. All you gotta do, bro, when it's a sample, it's gonna end on one of these bold numbers. So 17, 13, 9, 5, 21, 25. Whichever one is closest to, just hit stretch right here and adjust the BPM until it falls. So right there, bang. On time now. It's always gonna be on time when you do that. So that's my trick. That's how I do it every time. That shit takes me 2 seconds to put some shit on time. Like, it works with anything, like, for the most part. So yeah, that's BPM time, and that's it. That's all it really is, bro. Like, and this is in double time, so this one says 60, but I'm putting it in 120. That also works. So that's pretty much like having faster drums on a slower sample doing that. So alright, that's trick 1. Bang. Trick 2. What we doing with trick 2 is MIDI. So boom. You can, when you making patterns and shit, like hi-hat patterns and shit, you can save them and use them for a later date, which is called a MIDI file. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one in here. I already didn't, but I'm gonna put one in here. These are 2 that I made, that I use and build off of sometimes. So I'm gonna show you how to export it too. So boom. So now I already have a hat pattern ready to build off because I saved it. And you can save it by going to the piano roll. When you're done a pattern, you can file, export as MIDI file right here. Boom. So then when you export it, you can drag it back in a pattern and it'll just pop right up. So now we got a hi-hat pattern. And I can go ahead and tweak that however I want to tweak that. Like, feel me? Trick 2. So with these tricks and shit, I'm gonna just keep building this beat, bro. Alright, so bang. Kinda did that. What else can I go through for you? I'ma just run through a beat, bro, and I'ma just explain little shit as I go. So I'ma just do a real basic beat. Yes, sir. Once I'm done the regular layout and shit, I'm gonna just get the mixing and shit. So we just go put this beat together. Oh, let me fucking, I'm tripping. I don't want to use none of these. Nah, I'm gonna use the 808s out of my kit. They way better. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with that. What offer up talking about? Nah, they ain't talking about shit. Alright. Tune this 808. I'm trying to think of shit that you might not know, because you progressing farther than, you know, my little curriculum I had said. You already progressing past that shit, so I think you're getting it. You just need some little refinement, some little touch up. No, that's not it. This one B. Alright. So now I can go ahead and these bitches cut. Yeah, they cut. Nah, okay. Mixing trick 1. Now that I done got to something. So sometimes your sample, right, will have a little too much low end, like this one. So the 808 don't really come through like how it should. So I'm about to show you how to fix that. So boom. Over here is your inserts, your slot inserts, and you can put plugins on certain shit. Like, so this is my sample track, and I'm gonna go to slot 1 and put an EQ on the sample track, so I can take some of the low end out right here. So you see how all this is hitting down here in the sub and the bass. We don't need all this shit. Like, that's fucking up the 808. So what we do is steep and just pull it back till it changes, till it sounds like it changes. Then yeah, that should be cool. So now when I you see how it come through. Basic little shit. I wouldn't do it that, but basic shit for the video. Alright, so damn it, babes. Hold on. Alright, my fault. I'm back. Had to answer that. Alright, where was I at? Making the beat. Boom. Alright, so now this brings me to trick 3, well, it's not really a trick. It's a part of procedure of mixing. But when you first start mixing, right? So this is pretty much the basic shell of the beat. Like, so when you first start mixing, what I do, this is called gain staging. So make sure everything's at 100 up here. So you see how everything's super fucking loud. Like, so what you do, drop everything in the beat down in the mixer. This is why it's important to assign everything. This is why I told you to assign everything. That's why it's important, so you have control over every sound. So now everything's muted, so I could just bring it up, and this right here is gonna tell you everything. This right here is the peak meter. So you don't want nothing all up in here. You want shit to be hitting clean. Like, so you just bring everything back up after you drop it down. Bring everything back up to your liking. Like, there's no rules to this shit. Do it how you like to do it. I like my hats a little louder than my melody. Bring them out a little bit. See how that shit just sounds way better now. Yes, sir. So that's gain staging right there. That's how you level. That's leveling pretty much. When you hear somebody talk about leveling, we just did that. So the beat is leveled. Now, another thing I would do with this, I would probably, because you know our 808 kind of ain't nothing wrong with it, but we could bring it out a little more with a kick. So let's throw a kick up in here. I'm gonna just use my kit for tutorial purposes. Use the tiling kick. I like this. This is one of my main kicks. Now, when you're doing the kick, I put the kick all the way up in velocity so it'll bang. That's what I do. You can do what you want to do, but that's what I do. And I throw my shit. I throw all my kicks on the 808, like right on it, so it'll so then now alright, so the kick and 808 is a pair. Like, that shit is like a, you know, it's like a pair. It's like a chromosome. They go like this. So what you want to do is link them sometimes. You don't want to do this all the time, but just to see how it sounds. You see these down here? With your kick, you take your kick and link it, right click it, side chain to the 808. Bang. Now you see in the peak meter, shit's still peaking, so it's still shit I gotta turn down. So it's the kick. So the kick too loud. See shit hitting clean now. It's not peaking. It's not red right here. So and this is stereoing right here. This just brings shit out. With melodies and shit, you want to stereo them a little bit. With 808s and shit, you want to put them in mono a little bit. So this is stereo to the left, mono to the right. Alright, so right now we have a pattern. And we have our beat mixed. That's pretty much how you level right there. That's the volume. That's about 60% of mixing, bro. I swear to God, is leveling, bro. The rest is just doing whatever you want to do. Like, alright. And I'm going to go through the arrangement again, too. Just in case, you know, you want to go back over that, too. So, all my shit. These the only sounds I'm going to put in this beat. They all assigned and shit. Go bang, split the pattern. I mean, split by channel. Drag everything down one by one. Make sure it's on step. Select. Control C and V. Drag them. Bang. Make sure that shit is on. So now you got bogum. Bongum. So that's it. You know, I usually do 60. You can do it however long you want to do it. So then, I'd probably. I be getting zoned in sometimes, sorry. Alright. So, what else can I show you right quick? Okay. So now you want to do something funky. You don't want the same sample. I mean, you don't want the sample to be the same the whole way through. Like, you want to discern your, you know, intro, hook, verse, hook. You feel me? So, let's go through some effects that we can put on the beat. So you want to drown your sample out, you can go to, you do it in the slots. So under your, wherever you have in first, or if you don't have nothing, you can put it in first. But the love filter does that. So go in the filter and love filter if you want to drown shit out. Now when you first put it in there, it's going to drown everything out all the time. So you can go to presets. The one I use is triangle low pass. So right now, it's just going to go all the way through, drowned out. So you want to tell it what to do. So telling it what to do is called automation. So you right click right here, create automation clip, bang. And then you can right click to set a point. And then pretty much drag it. So let's say I want to drown it out for the first part of the verse. So that would be right here. So what I would do is right click right here, right click again, right next to it, and then left click down, drag it like that. So that it'll tell it, what this pretty much doing is saying, okay, nothing's going to be drowned out until right here. And then it'll be over right here. Boom. That's all that is. So now when I do it, yeah. So then, yeah, that's, you hear me? What's That's this shit. You hear me? We getting into it. So, whoops. So that would be kind of a finished beat right there. Like, it's nothing else I can really. You feel me? Like, that's that. Like, unless I do a little more tweaking, like take shit out here and there, like put shit in here and there, like do what you want to do. Like, it's no rules to this shit. It's just a procedure. Like I said, no rules, just a procedure, bro. So, third video, we gonna get into. Actually, third video is gonna be kind of a Q&A since you progressing on your own. Like, you ain't waiting on me. You figuring shit out on your own. So whatever you don't know, whatever you want to figure out, just let me know, bro, and we can go through it on the third video. So, yep, that's basic mixing and, you know, basic mixing and little tricks that you may not have known. So, it's for a recap, gain staging. Once you have all your sounds in place and assigned, go take everything down. Once you have everything laid, take everything down and bring it up how you hear it. Like, however you hear it sounds good, bring it up to that, so that everything's not loud and cracking up here and in the peak meter. Once you do that and your peak meter ain't red up here, you did good. You did good. So, alright, with that, it's pretty much that, bro. Next joint, just after you watch this, let me know what you need. Anything you need to go over and shit, we can go over that shit. Feel me? And yeah, babes, that's it, babes. Made a quick little beat right here for you. I'm going through this is my whole process, bro. Like, I ain't cutting no corners. Like, I'm giving you the complete sauce, bro. So, feel me? I will see you video 3. Yes, sir. Good job, man. Good job.